Hey everybody, it's Heiden, and I'm back with the Hellsen versus Heiden campaign. I'm playing Japan, and it is January 27th, 1942. Alright, looks like uh, I grabbed a dot base on an island in the Philippines, and he grabbed Cabanatuan. These are my troops landing at Banjarmasin, if I'm saying that right. Okay, looks like we have a Dutch submarine operating near Rangoon. That's not entirely unexpected. And he picks up one of my APD task forces running through here. Alright, and these have the old school Type 95 depth charges, and you see they're detonating above the sub because they don't go very deep, and he's in deep water. See, this dark area here is deep water, so he can get below the effective depth of my Type 95 depth charges. Okay, no night bombing, no real, no much, no much night activity. That's even word. Okay, guys, we are landing at Medan now. I'm tired of waiting for that base. I need the oil now. Okay. Oh, it's not good. Ah, oh, dang it. Oh, man, I hope it can only take one torpedo. Nope, it's dead. Dang it. Three. Oh, it's toast. Ah, that stinks. That S-36 has been causing... That thing has caused more damage to me this campaign than anything else. Alright, we hit it with... Did some damage to it, but that's not going to do much to it. Man, I thought I had a lot of escort on that ship, too. Darn it. Yukikaze's trying really hard to hit this thing, but he's in deep water. Yeah. This thing's gone, guys. That was a good AP as well. Unfortunately, it didn't hold up. There it goes. We do rescue some troops, but as you can see, that has the second rating regiment on there. I was really hoping it could make that scud run through there, but it didn't make it. That's going to really hurt me, guys. Wow. That's a lot of subs. Look at that. Okay, so it looks like he did not go for the bombardment of Cooktown, which is okay. Okay, and we're going in for a bombing of Batavia, just trying to neutralize the space. Alright, so we did destroy one PBY and damage a few more. Not much else is actually going on at the base there. Oof, that's sketchy, guys. I did have a sweep supposed to go in before this Betty, but it got there first. That could have been a cap trap. We got to be careful about that. Alright, we're going to have heavy bombing going in that hex in China. We're going to try to break through there today. Yeah, here's the sweep coming in after the fact. That can be bad. Okay, I'm sending a lot of bombers here to try to knock these enemy troops out of move mode so they don't pursue us into the next hex. So it looks like we were successful in stopping, at least touching a lot of these troops here. 62nd, 52nd, and 18th Chinese base force. Hopefully we get some more bombs on target there. Okay, some more bombers hitting the ground targets there. 66th and the 31st. So we're definitely hitting multiple units, and each one we touch here will get knocked from move mode into combat move mode or combat mode, and it should slow him down and buy us another day to get out of this hex. Man. Okay. A lot of bombers going in here today, guys, because we have to break through. So expect a ton of bombers coming in. Two Hudsons. Wow. Okay. So that looks like it's coming in from Rockhampton. That doesn't bode well for us, guys. I think we're going to get blasted by bombers next turn. Or this turn. He's going to hit us at Townsville. I know it. Man, these sweeps are coming in so late. It's so good that he didn't try to cap trap us here, guys, because we'd be in big trouble by now. Okay, AM phase is done. It was pretty lackluster. A lot of missions got canceled. I'm expecting a big bombing raid in Australia. Probably from Rockhampton. We'll see. Alright, clear sky. That's going to be good for us there. Or not. Look at that. Clear sky and we do nothing. Go figure. Oh, great. Just what I needed. The seagulls. They're still alive. I thought we killed these guys. Oh, man. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Those seagulls are ridiculous, dude. I sent these AMCs down here to Batavia, or Merak, just to make sure there was no mines there. Should have known this was going to happen. I bombed Batavia hoping I could neutralize this stuff, but apparently I can't. That ship is dead. That was a waste of 2 AMCs right there. I don't even know if they got a chance to even do their mission. Alright. Well, at least that was all we had to deal with from the Allies this turn. It could have been a lot worse. Let's see how the ground battle goes this turn. I have no idea how this is going to work out. Okay, so we're deliberate attacking at Halra again. I'm hoping this can be the turn that we force these guys out of here for good. Ah. Once again, he holds on and we just continue bleeding them dry here. Dang it. Another day that we get held up. He's basically down to nothing left in these units. Alright. This is us attempting to break through here. This should be pretty easy going. I don't anticipate much of an issue here. There we go. We got him. And we are pursuing. Ah! Was hoping he wouldn't retreat that way. That's not actually that great for me, honestly. Why would he retreat straight across that way? Alright, well, we defeated him, but instead of using the road, he's actually retreating across this clear terrain, and two of my divisions are pursuing him. We take very little losses there. But I was hoping he'd stay on these roads. Oh well. Alright, and this is us taking Pakoi. This is one of those whatchamacallit bases down here. It's a resource base. And a deliberate attack at Banjarmasin. I'm pretty sure we can take this place. Yes, and we capture it. And the base force surrenders. Wasn't much left there. Allied bombardment attack, huh? Okay. This should be fun. I think he's feeling us out, guys, to see what we've got here. And now we can see what he's got here. A lot of stuff. But a lot of these guys are actually just support troops. Look at this. I'm actually not that impressed by this. Let's run it and see how it goes. I'm not... Wow. AT gun regiment. Look at that. Okay. At least you put that there. Well, now we got our first good look. Okay, 2 AT gun regiments there. We got our first good look of what exactly he's got in this hex. And to be honest with you, I'm not that impressed. I thought he had a lot more than that. A lot of those troop numbers are actually support units. We did lose a lot of vehicles, though. Disabled. Anyway, alright, it's good to know. Hopefully we can deal with this turn. Last turn we got embarrassed at like 30-1 odds and we didn't take it. And again, another strange result where the unit hangs on for dear life. We take no casualties this time, though. Look at that. Look at these odds. How do we not destroy or displace that unit? I don't get it. Ooh, that's good. So I think the biggest issue we had here was that we lost that AP going into Calcutta with uh, parachute troops aboard. So that was obviously not great. But other than that, it wasn't too bad. I just I'm starting to think that our time of easy going with Hellsen is kind of over. He's gonna start putting up a fight now. Okay, sub chasers coming in at Tokyo, and there it is. I've had worse turns than this. Well, the good news is the Allies did not come and attempt to bombard Cooktown, so that's not a threat for this turn, but other stuff isn't looking so great. We'll take a look at that right now. Aircraft losses for this turn: 4 for us, 2 for him. He lost 2 PBYs that we bombed at Batavia. Unfortunately, it didn't stop him from destroying other ships with these things. We lost a mixed bag of other aircraft. Of those 4 losses, 2 pilots were killed. Looking at the pilot replacement pools and for wounded pilots, take a look at this. We have 1 wounded pilot, Army pilot, Chuzaburo, who appears to be coming back soon. In the reserve pool, still showing the same 3 wounded pilots with no return dates. We'll watch these and see what happens. Okay, going down here to the Army loss points for this turn. Unfortunately, 7 for us, 29 for the Allies. I'll show you where the 7 came from later. It was a regrettable incident. Oh, and here it is. Regrettable incident was this AP, which was loaded with the 2nd Raiding Regiment, was sunk by the bane of my existence on this campaign, the S-36. I've been dealing with that stupid sub from Camaran Bay all the way up to Calcutta from the start of this campaign. I've damaged it repeatedly. It keeps coming back and killing my ships. I can't stand that sub. S-36, I got a warrant for your arrest. Shoot on sight, shoot to kill. No arrest. So that ship was sunk with the 2nd Raiding Regiment, a parachute regiment, aboard. I'll show you the task force so you guys can tell me what I messed up there. We also lost 2 coastal minesweepers near Merak. I wanted to make sure that place had no mines to soften it up for a future invasion attempt. Okay. No strategic loss points inflicted this turn because I had my bombers positioned for defense of Cooktown, which never happened. For the turn, we gained 43 points, and the win ratio went back up slightly to 2.573. Alright, we'll take a look at Combat Reporter real quick. Sea engagements. This is where we lost the Suumaru. 3 torpedoes from the S-36. I really thought we'd have the speed to outrun this guy. Of the 4 torpedoes launched, 3 hit. And of course, I had many troops aboard. And then also, we do see he's got a Dutch sub up near Rangoon, but APDs drove right over it. Our depth charges were ineffective because he's in deep water, and these particular ships have Type 95 depth charges, which had a very shallow depth for detonation. On the ground, we broke through here in China. We'll talk about that in a minute. It's kind of a strange situation here. I'm not sure how to proceed. Also, we got the first good taste of what the Allies have here in Ankang. And unfortunately, we did take a lot of disabled vehicles. However, these do repair quickly. And we get to see exactly what he's got here, which is not nearly as menacing as I thought it would be. 2 AT gun regiments, which could be an issue, but a lot of support units here. A lot of army headquarters, which don't add a lot of value in combat. So all the AV is just in these cores right here. And the rest of these guys are filler. We captured Bandermasin. Another attack at Howrah. We're just not getting through here. My tank units are so badly disrupted, they're just almost ineffective. We captured Pakoi, which is the last coastal town in China that we don't have yet. And Puchang, we attacked them again, but did not destroy this little core that's left here. At this point, I don't even know if it's worth even trying to do it. Air attacks today. Nothing particularly noteworthy here. Yeah, I wouldn't say there's much of anything that happened of value. SIGINT report. Something going on at Liuchow, that's in Hawaii. Heavy radio transmissions out here at 186, 157. I think this is significant. So that's basically out this way. So again, I submit that his convoy routes are coming down this way, going to Tahiti, and then coming down this way and going right at the bottom of the map to come into New Zealand or go all the way around into Melbourne. So what I'm going to do is I've got these submarines here that I'm about to split up, and we're going to cover this whole area and see if we can intercept some shipping, because I'm pretty sure this is the way he's coming in. Okay? So that's some useful SIGINT for once. These are Soviet Union, don't care. And Brisbane, we have a heavy radio transmission which tells us he's got ships and aircraft here. You don't say. I knew that. Okay, op support. We got 2 sub-chasers in Tokyo. Combat, we do have reports of a patrol, a gunboat, and a destroyer that we sank at or near Manila. Those are confirmed now. Intel, Cooktown, Fort Size 2. Looks like Aichang is now to a size 7 airfield, which is great for me. I'll need that for going after Chungking when the time comes. And Sinyang is at a airfield size 2, which is good for moving supplies through. And the Japanese tab, we captured Pokoi, Bannermasin, and this weird base flop here in the southern part of the Philippines. So I don't think this is particularly good for us because he does have troops at Bacolod, so he'll just take this base right back. The one part about this game that I don't understand, or I understand the least, is how bases flop over from one to the next. I don't quite get it. So I don't know why this base came to me when there's one in between, and I have minimal forces here, and he's got forces at Bacolod. I don't really understand why that is, but it is. One of these days I'll figure out how the game determines how bases flop over from proximity. Like this one here, I get. He's got troops there, I don't. Right? The rest of the stuff, I don't understand a lot of times when these bases flop over or don't. Alright, I think that's it for the combat report. We'll go around the map now. So NORPAC, quiet. Home Islands, quiet. China, let's talk about it. So, one thing I noticed here is he's got 2 additional units moving into Chungking. So he definitely knows that we're coming for this place, right? So, I've got a lot of assault value moving up and over into this hex because I want to take this base and cut the oil. Okay, he bombarded us in this hex. We know what he's got here now. He broke through here. And instead of retreating down this road like I thought they would, his troops retreated straight across into this clear terrain here. I had 2 divisions set to pursue, and look how much ground they made. This one went 24 miles. This one went 18. That seems like a significant amount of movement into this clear terrain here with no road. I would think the max move speed would be, what, 10 per day? Let's take a look. Clear terrain. Infantry moves 10 per day. So why we did that many miles in one turn, I don't quite get. However, I have to decide now what's the fastest way to get into China or into Chungking area. Is it to continue this way and down the road, or to take the secondary road to like here and then... Okay, that's a terrible drawing. Do I go this way or do I go this way? I have to do some math to figure out what's faster. I really don't know. So if you guys have any suggestions which way would be better, let me know. Because we need to get to Chungking ASAP. P. All right, some issues here. This unit, this enemy unit moved into the Xinjiang, north of or south of Xinjiang, and stopped this unit that was strat move moding towards Xinjiang. So now I've got an issue here because this unit's probably got some AV, and this one is just base force that's not unpacked now because it was in strat mode. We may lose this unit or take some damage here. I don't know why that was able to happen, but it did. Also, he's got units blocking almost all of my rail lines now, or soon to be. So I need to clean all this up over here. Down here, I'm done dealing with these troops. I'm packing up my stuff and moving them to Canton. I'm gonna let these guys sit here and die. I don't care anymore. And over here at Liuchow area, definitely an issue. These guys are all still in the hex. They did not move into Nanning yet. I assume they would have by now, but they're still following this army headquarters, which I've already mentioned is an issue. And I'm concerned by next turn, when everybody follows into Nanning, the army headquarters will be left behind, and we'll be caught up by these guys falling behind it when they shock attack across the river. And I'm probably going to lose this army headquarters, which sucks. The rest of the troops should get into Nanning just fine. But boy, it's really by the skin of our teeth that we're going to get out of the way of this unit before he comes in here. He's probably got one more turn before he crosses the river, and we're in trouble. In Burma, we continue to move towards Magway and Tongyi. These guys are going to start moving towards Meiktila now, Mandalay, and on to Lashio. In India, I'm still kind of waiting for these stupid units to clear out here. I'm going to have to send reinforcements in here now because the armor is just so disrupted. This 1st Tank Regiment is basically combat ineffective with disruption that high. And they just don't have enough power to take these guys out. So that's what's holding us up, because I need these guys to hurry up and die so I can start moving out. This is blocking all my progress right here. This is the task force that had the AP aboard. As you can see, this Yukikaze has rescued everybody it possibly could from the water, but the 2nd Raiding Regiment is badly depleted. If you look at their TOE here, we've lost most of it, which stinks. I really needed this guy to be intact for future operations, but it's not going to happen now. It's going to come into Calcutta badly depleted. Anyway, I don't really have much else to say here, but I thought this task force was fast enough to drive over that sub, and it wasn't. Okay, looking at Sumatra here, we did land at Medan, and we should take this next turn, which will open up this oil for us. I will immediately fly an aircraft once I take it, and we can patrol it. I also have oil coming out of Benkalis now. As you can see, I have a tanker here that's going to start loading up to start bringing oil back to Singapore. So in 2 turns, we'll have tankers going into Medan to start transferring fuel back into Malaya and up the roads to all the refineries that I need. All right, Philippines. No extra activity here. Just doing our thing. On Luzon, you can see he's kind of cut off the north and the southern part of Luzon from us, right? He owns these 2 bases, which effectively stops any movement up to Apari, but it really doesn't matter because I don't have any supply or troops up there now. Everything has been moved down to this part of the Philippines, and that's fine for me. We have enough forces in the Philippines to protect us from him attacking us here. Okay, taking a look at Java. Next turn, these guys will be into Semarang, and then these guys will be into Tejepo. So once I take this base, we cut off all retreat path for these guys here, and they will die when we capture it. After I take submarine, we're going to continue moving in to take Tjilitjap, and from there I'm going to strat move all my troops to Tjilitjap and start moving towards Bandung, Kalajati, and I'll probably think about landing here at Marak as well at some point and do a pincer move and trap all these enemy units here at Bandung and put them there to die a slow, miserable death. Java's looking good though. Obviously, Surabaya is coming along nice. We're building up to maximum airfield that we can get here. Also improving the shipyards. You can see we've got quite a collection of ships here right now. Let's see if there's any that need to be repaired. Here's one. Put this guy on pier side. And then here's all the ships that are under repair. Just some miscellaneous ships that came in that had some minor damage that I'm going to fix up. This part of Dutch East Indies is good to go. I'm not concerned about these bases here right now. I'll police these up a little bit later on, because there's effectively nothing he can do with these. Alright, so here's the situation in Australia now. It's kind of bad, I think. Here's why it's bad. We have some intel on Rockhampton that suggests he's moved up all of his tactical bombers from Brisbane up to here. Alright, so he's going to have B-26s and Hudsons, or whatever he's got, hitting my troops at Townsville, and he'll probably do a massive amount of damage to these guys before they get out of town. I can attempt to long-range cap this, but I don't know if it's going to be worthwhile to burn up my zeros doing that. Right? They're going to take a lot of fatigue doing that, so I have to decide if it's worthwhile to do that. Long-range cap would be the only option here to try to intercept some of these bombers. I don't think he'd be able to escort them, so I'll have to decide that. Now, Rockhampton does look to be under-defended right now. It could be a good potential place to bombard, get in and out of here. I have to decide if it's worth it to do that. I can tell you right now, though, that this base is definitely overstacked. He's got a maximum of 150 stack limit, and if he's got a lot of 2-engine bombers here and support aircraft, he's definitely going to be overstacked. So I'm going to see if I can get some ships down here to bombard this before it's too late. And the only thing that really came of this whole bombardment thing up here was that we lost a day of potentially strat bombing Clonkery. So that's costing me points. I think that's basically it for this turn. Not too much happened here. Heavy cruisers are gone for now, but they may be back. Things are looking dicey in southern China. I have delays in India. Things are going okay everywhere else. I feel like I've lost some momentum in the campaign right now. I don't know if it's because I'm hitting resistance from Hellsen or our turn production has decreased. I think it's kind of a mix of both. We've both been very busy with work this last couple weeks and life and things. I think you'll see us pick the pace back up, but I feel like I've lost a little wind in my sail because we just haven't been turning the turns as fast as I'd like. So I think I've got a few days off right now. He's got some time off. I think we'll get back into it. I really want to move this campaign along and see how far we can take it. So in the meantime, I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.